Hey everyone, I did a rewatch of Top Gun Maverick, which was released into theaters in 2022. This was the film that brought back theater goers after the pandemic blitz that put so many local cinemas out of business or nearly out of business and nearly toppled some of the larger theater chains. So, nearly 2 years later, how does Top Gun Maverick hold up to our original impressions of the film? While you're here, be sure to give this review a thumbs up if you like it and hit subscribe for more videos. So, Top Gun Maverick brings us Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell some 30 plus years later after the original film. To everyone's and no one's surprise, he is still a captain and still flying planes because that's what he loves and that's what he's good at doing. Plus, his maverick style attitude kind of kept him from advancing while nearly getting him kicked out of pretty much every post he receives. But he's got Iceman on his side, helping him to smooth over the rough patches because we need a pilot like Maverick. And that's pretty much where this film starts. It quickly jettisons into a return to flight school for the best of the best pilots as Maverick is recruited to teach them to fly an impossible mission to achieve the objective, which is basically to stop a nuclear threat and to come home alive. So things get complicated by a romantic entanglement with an ex-girlfriend played by Jennifer Connelly and the presence of his best friend and navigator's son, who still blames him for his dad's death and for, more to the point, pulling his application for the pilot training program. And on top of it all, Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, has to figure out how to pull this group of Top Gun's best pilots together in order to do this special mission. On paper, it's a great setup, exciting, engaging, romantic, and full of action that will get anyone's blood pumping. It's a strong script, and much of its strength comes from being able to just expertly use storytelling shorthand with the characters so that they only have to drop a line here or there to really create enough backstory for the film to spend most of its time on the action and connecting the plot lines together. That's really one of the best things about like a part two or a sequel, is that you can build on those characters from the past much more easily. And Top Gun Maverick absolutely does that with style. Absolutely. There is so much they get right in this film. The film opens up on a Navy carrier, and you're just hear the roaring grind of the engines as the fighter jets kind of take off and land. Then the music starts with the opening notes of Danger Zone, blending with the sound of engines, and you cannot help but to feel that excitement in your chest with the heart-pounding beat of the music. And really, as you can tell, I love music. I love it. And music is such an important element of a film. And when it's done really well, the soundtrack can create an instant visceral response in the audience. And it can build upon what you see on the screen to make audience members just feel a certain way. And honestly, the opening sequence of Top Gun Maverick is genius. It's pure genius in that within 2 to 3 minutes, we are brought right back to where we left off with the original film. We are ready for the appearance of Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick. So when he does appear on screen, there is an immediate feeling of payoff, which is such a rare thing to achieve right up front in the opening of a film. From that point forward, they are on an upward trajectory. The entire cast was great in the film. Each character fit their roles really well. But Miles Teller, who played Rooster, Goose's son, was a surprisingly good fit. Not only did he have a kind of similar look to Goose, but he really did his homework. He really modeled Goose's behavior in a way that it just felt like there was a family link between father and son in this picture. And Jennifer Connelly, she plays Penny Benjamin, local bar owner and ex-girlfriend of Pete Mitchell. She's a new character for the franchise, but she and Tom Cruise really clicked in the film, and you could feel their chemistry on screen. She's a really talented actress, and Jennifer did a great job with her part. Tom Cruise, he's Tom Cruise. He's Maverick. He can take any character and do something special with his performance. It's easy for him to sell the renegade, rule breaker hero. And part of the reason for this is that he just exudes a love for what he does. This guy, he loves acting. He loves his job, and you feel that on screen. And honestly, like, Tom Cruise is Maverick. I mean, that's how so many people know him. And it's really one of his iconic roles. The only odd thing about the film is that Maverick was in his mid to late 20s in the original film. Or, I don't know, it really had to be in his late 20s given his career at that point in the original film. And in this film, it's a good 30 years later. And while math might not be my best subject, that would easily place him at mid-50s in the film, if not almost 60. I mean, maybe even early 60s. I mean, it just depends on how that math plays out. Now, it's true that the 50s are the new 30s, but he barely had any lines on his face and not even a single gray hair. I would have loved to have them show Maverick's age a little more, especially that would have gone better with the young pilots calling him an old timer in the film. And I don't know, it's just a small thing, but it would have just been that one more tipping point to really nail the film. But overall, small thing. They also did a really good job with the action and the plot twists in the story. So much of what happens is just implausible. It's highly unlikely, and there are lots of moments where the logic just kind of barely operates, or the physics are just kind of barely there. But the film's action is so fast-paced and intertwined with really strong, compelling storylines that honestly you don't care. Top Gun Maverick has such a great cast, strong characters, smart script, great visuals, and compelling conflicts that the audience is not only willing, but actively able to suspend their disbelief anytime logic issues appeared. And there were a few of those for sure. And that is a sign of a great film that stands the test of time. I also really appreciated that one of the most talented pilots in the film was a woman who seamlessly fit in with the rest of the characters and within the story itself without calling all this attention to her. She just did her job. She just did it really, really well. And they just went with that. They didn't make a big production about it. I highly recommend Top Gun Maverick. It is a great film. It's as good today as it was 2 years ago, and it'll be that good 10 years from now. If you're looking for a fun action film that is entertaining and exciting, that doesn't get bogged down with heavy dialogue and exposition, this is it. It's a good time. If you watched it back when it came out, what did you think then? Have you seen it since? Did it hold up for you? I really want to know your reaction. I love hearing about these kind of time-elapse perspectives of films from when we first watch it and then when we watch it again. Would love to know your thoughts on this. All right, everybody, thank you so much. If you like this review, please do give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more videos because there are more coming. Thanks so much for watching. That's it for now. Happy viewing, everybody. I'll see you later.